sea in the Pacific Ocean. Welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2452, Learning Time. So today we are on our second day on the ship. Well, yesterday was kind of like half a day because we kind of boarded the ship yesterday. So today was our first full day on the ship, and we are at sea for the day in the Pacific Ocean, heading towards Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. And those are going to be our next 3 days. Is going to be port days. So we had our first group session together today with everybody. It was awesome. I have to tell you, they gave us these really cool journals, and they were at everybody's place, all different colors and everything else. But this was one that the seat that I chose at. And as soon as I saw it, I immediately thought family tree. That was my first thought on this. I absolutely love these. And these are great journals because look, inside you can put here, you can circle the day, you can circle the weather, you put number, and you got these beautiful lines to write on, and it's so covered, and it's got the little stretchy thingy here and a bookmark. Love these journals. Then they also had these little suitcases. Look at you got to see how cute these are. Look how cute these little suitcases are. How cute are these? And these were done by Shantha with the Luxury Destination Concierge, and she's the one that also provided the books. And there was also a pen to go with it too, but that's in my pencil case. But when you, what's inside? You're going to say, what's inside? Inside this one, we have chocolate. And there's the little mini Keebler mini lemons. These aren't Keebler. They're this brand. So my brain is a little on the fried side. So we got these. These are delicious. And we had a chocolate in them. So we've got these little suitcases, and mine sat next to Casey Kiwi today. And so this has now become Casey Kiwi's little suitcase to carry with him. Look, see, this is how cute they go together. Here's Casey Kiwi, and here's his little suitcase. See, good size for him. So we had that, and it was a great day. We heard from some great speakers today, and they all gave us some really great nuggets that we had today. And we had some exercises to do. One of the ones we had to do is they gave us little post-it note, the little mini post-it notes, and we had to write our name on there and what our superpower was. And I'm thinking, my superpower is my superpower. So I came up with two. One is master storyteller, and number two was investigative researcher. Basically, I came up with that term today. Going backwards and forwards with Tessa because we're sitting next to each other. I need another name for researcher. So we came up with investigative researcher. And basically, because I do genealogy and the type of researching that we have to do and the method that we go through to do the research, and I'm investigating family trees, investigative researcher. Just another name for I didn't want to put genealogist because that kind of shoeboxed me into one type. But if I put investigative researcher, I mean, I can take my genealogy research skills that I have and investigate why businesses have blocks, which is what we're trying to get to as well. So we put that in there. That's my genius. We'll probably come up with some more as well. And we can keep adding to it. But it was just a really great day of, we got to hear some great speakers. We got to hear from the three founders for this particular cruise, the three presenters for this, the three people who have come together for this, partnered on this cruise. My favorite one was AJ. He's a lawyer. And I'd actually, on the first night when we were at the hotel and we had our reception there, we were actually talking backwards and forwards. This is before everybody had arrived for the reception. I was there as the welcoming committee. And we got talking, and I said, oh, I'm not going to have much in common with you because I live in New Zealand. And he's sort of like, well, actually you will. And so he was talking international law as well. And the fact that Teresa and I have a business, and one's in the US, one's in New Zealand. How do we work? So he's going to be covering that type of stuff. And he gave some really good tips and stuff today. But today's his takeaway, the one thing that he said that stuck out with me is estate planning is an amazing foundation to build an empire on. So if you don't think that you need estate planning, you've got nothing to put in an estate planning, go talk to an estate planning attorney anyway, because estate planning is an amazing foundation to build an empire on. That was my takeaway from him for today. But it's been really good. And then it was formal night. We had a cocktail party at 4. So we finished at 3, had a cocktail party at 4 up in the, I call it the Viking Crown Lounge, but there's little sections that are all different. So they call it the Cosmopolitan Lounge. There's also Viking Crown Lounge. There's another name for it up there as well. I can't remember the other name, but we had a great time. And tonight's they're having a 70s party tonight. So we had some people for formal dinner came dressed in 70s gear, looked absolutely amazing. The number of people that dressed up for 70s and stuff and looked absolutely amazing. And we all went, and then we went to dinner, and some of them still in their full costume. Although I have now seen some of them and they are no longer wearing their costume, but the 70s party doesn't start till like 9:30, I think it is, down on the Royal Promenade. I will probably be in bed. And so I wandered around, did a little bit of shopping. I got my fridge magnet, because if anybody following me when I was cruising, they will know that when I'm on a ship, one of my mementos to bring home is a magnet of the ship. So here is my Navigator of the Seas magnet. It's got on there the number of people it can hold, the speed, the beam, the length and width of it. Beam being the width, and length being for bow to starboard. The speed that it can get to, its gross tonnage, and it's got Navigator of the Seas written on there, and it takes 3,114 passengers. Pretty cool, huh? And they had a sale on where you get that, and you can pick up one of the you pick out one of the keychains. It's my keychain. And it was like $20. They had them on sale. So I got this really cool sparkly anchor. Isn't that cool? Little sparkly anchor as my keychain. But if I'm going to use it as a keychain, I don't know. I'll probably hook it onto a bag, like a bag charm or something. So that was my thing then. Then they had these really cool bracelet things. I haven't heard of these, but I'm going to... And they and the bracelets would track either a sea turtle, a wolf, what else they have on there? Giraffe, an elephant, a whale, dolphins, that sort of thing. So I've got one to track a wolf because I really like the wolves. And this one here, I'm going to go on the computer later on, and got to tear this open to meet my aunt. Shall we open it right now? Shall we? Okay. So open your phone camera and scan the QR code inside. Okay. Well, first of all, I have to open this, and they say to rip down here. See, it's got instructions. Rip down here. This is a really cool, what is this? It's supposed to be Sky Stone. It's supposed to be. So let's go. We're ripping. Oops, hang on, I don't want that to rip the bracelet off. Oh, hang on, better get the bracelet off. There we go. Bracelet is off. It's now on the wrist. Make it move to the left one. So here is my little brochure. Join our mission. Here is the code. Meet your wolf. Start tracking. Open the camera on your phone and click on the QR code. Okay, we need phone. So I'm getting it out of my handbag because I haven't undone my handbag yet. What's this doing? Okay, open phone. But had a great time at dinner tonight too. We're going to the site. Let's see what we got. So we went to from the cocktail, we went downstairs to dinner and had a great conversations with people that I was sitting with. And get the mobile app. Okay, got to download the app. Open. This is exciting. You're getting to see what the name of my wolf is that I'm tracking. So while that's uploading, had a great dinner with people that were there. Got to sit next to my friend Lachelle. I've never met her in person before until this cruise, and so we got talking about things, because everybody was admiring my necklace that's on. And for those of you who don't know, this is the necklace that Brad gave me for our 10th wedding anniversary. And the sapphire that is in there is the original sapphire from my engagement ring. And you're going, what, you got an engagement ring now? I got another sapphire. So Brad always thought that the sapphire was too dark for my engagement ring. He always wanted to put a lighter one in there. So for our 10th wedding anniversary, I told him, okay, for our 10th wedding anniversary, you can switch out the sapphires in the engagement ring on the condition that the original sapphire gets put into a heart surrounded by diamonds. And so we went into the jeweler. This is what they came up with for the old stone. And I don't have my engagement ring on at the moment, so you can't see how much lighter it is. And I got a new stone in my engagement ring. So she was asking me about that, and then of course got us talking about everything else and whatnot. And so we had some time with that, and we got talking, and so she got to hear my song that has been released on the 1st of May, and so she's getting to hear, so she got to hear the song that I'm releasing on the 1st of May. Look, if you don't give me a chance to type in my email, get this set up. And so she got to hear that and really enjoyed that. And then I played her the one that's going to be released on the 1st of it's going to be released on the 1st of August, which is the song about the night that Brad passed. So she got to hear that too, and she said she had to stop a few times she almost ended up crying a few times through it. And I said, I do it every time I hear that song, because it's I wrote it about the night that Brad died. Okay, tracking your animal, tap to track, discover their journey, explore in 3D. View your animal's latest photos and videos. This is so cool. Share your Fahalo collection with the world. Oh, I've got to finish it to stop the thingy-mabob. Start tracking now. Who am I tracking? Track your first animal. Okay. Do I need to allow that? I've got to do my wolf one again. So I'm tracking a wolf. Tap to reveal. Core. There's my wolf. Core. How cool is that? Now we're going to go find out where he is. Tap to track. Oh, he's all over the place. Where is he? I don't even know where he is. Oh, somewhere near Virginia, because there's Chesapeake. There's Virginia up here. Here's Chesapeake is up here. We've got Elizabeth City here. Manteo there. And if we zoom in, you can see where there's his tracking. He likes going backwards and forwards in an area. He, she, I don't know. About 1743F. Miles traveled since last location, 0.6. Miles total distance traveled, 296.8. Average FPH since last location, 17.9. Average FPH since release, 109.6. So 1743F story is the representative historical data you see was provided by our partners at Animal American Red Wolf, safe to honor this red wolf's legacy. We feel these stories deserve to be told to grow support and awareness for North America's most endangered species. Oh, we're following an endangered species. While not jeopardizing the safety of fewer than 20 wild red wolves remaining. 20? There's only 20? Ooh. 1743F is a female red wolf who was born into a litter of 3 pups with 2 brothers. They're all part of the Milltail family pack, named for the area in which they live. When she was just a few weeks old, biologists inserted a PIT, passive integrated transponder tag, into her shoulder area. Don't worry, it didn't hurt her. It's a small microchip, just like your dog or cat would get. This tag helped identify her throughout her life once she was a yearling, 1743F was fitted with radio collar that allowed biologists to track her and keep her safe. The Red Wolf's territory is very large, and she spent a lot of time on Department of Defense lands surrounded by Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge in the northeastern North Carolina. She also spent some time on a farm near where she was born. These regions are excellent for hunting deer, raccoon, nutria, mice, and rabbits. During her lifetime, 1743F didn't see any other red wolves and never found a suitable mate. Well, that's sad. And the red wolf is critically endangered. So, but they kept referring to her in the past, so it sounds like she's gone. Well, that's sad. So she's in North Carolina. Okay. Trying to see if we can find a picture of them. Got pictures in here, but you can't really see. Oh, there we go. There's a red wolf being released back. I like wolves. I like dogs. So I was going to think more vicious. Yeah, maybe. At 14 years old, 1743F remains the oldest known wild red wolf in history. She's an icon to researchers studying and protecting the species, having thrived well beyond the red wolf's typical lifespan in the wild. Go 1743F. That is awesome. And here's a picture of her. Look at that. Isn't she a cutie? She's still going. So that's who I'm tracking right now with my little bracelet here that has a little wolf on it. But anyway, so we've done the thing. What else? Oh, yes, I did the shopping thing. And then what did we do after the shop? Oh, and then I met up with some friends from our group. And so we went to the Star Lounge to check that out, but they'd just finished their thing that they had on there. So we had a look, and then we went down to the Royal Theatre because they had a couple of brothers down there called Two Funny Guys, Mario and Danielle, Two Funny Guys. And we caught the last 10 to 15 minutes of their act, and so like we've got to see the whole thing. So they go back on at 9 o'clock, which is in which is in about half an hour. So I get to go see these, and they were funny. They were hilarious. Not like the comedian we saw last night. Comedian we saw last night, I was very disappointed in. I didn't even last 5 minutes, and even that was too long. Oh, there's another picture of the red wolf. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? So yes, I'm glad about that. Oh, hang on, there's more information in here. You can collect them all. I know they have sea turtles and dolphins and whales and elephants and giraffes and penguins. Actually, no, they didn't have any penguins down there when I was down there. But I might get another one before I leave. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I'm quite happy with this one with the red wolf. Since I like wolves. That will be a nice one to see. But with that, I am out of here. I am extremely tired. I slept really good last night. I only woke up twice. But I slept good last night. Tomorrow is a day in Cabo. I am not getting off the ship on any of our ports of call. I'm just going to go up to the pool deck and find myself a table to sit at, basically plant myself there for the day with my book. I'm going to take my book up there with me. What else am I taking up there? Oh, my journals, so I can do some more writing and stuff. I have another song playing around in my head, so I'm going to see if I can knock that out as well. So with that, I am out of here. I'm going to go and watch a concert. Watch these two comedian guys. But I will say this, at some point today when we had a bathroom break, we had to go through one of the side doors that lets you into the theater to get to the restrooms. And there was they were in there practicing for whatever's coming up, and I said, "I gotta find out what production they were doing." It was a musical, and, oh, talking of musicals, um, it was a musical, and it sounded really, really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing whatever the musical is when it comes on. But tonight we were sitting at the table, and there's a husband and wife there that have, and I could not believe my eyes. So I'm sitting down at the table, I'm looking at this woman, I said, "I'm sorry I keep staring." I says, "But you look like my niece." She's like, "Really?" I said, "Yes." So I pulled out my phone, pulled up a picture of Talia, and she had a look at it, and she's like, "Wow." And her husband went, "Whoa." Like, there's a, and they all live in, oh no, they live in Utah. So yeah, so I got to know them, and her name was Daniela, and Talia, who she looks like, has a sister called Danielle. So that was really cool. But she has this gorgeous 15-month-old baby boy called Ezra. He was eating everything. Everything they put in front of him, he ate. There was nothing he spat out, but he loved the music. And at one point, they were doing the parade of chefs and waiters, and with the music and everything. And then the chefs and the waiters serenaded all the diners there at the time. And her son's face just lit up, and he just started dancing in his high chair. It was so, so cool. And so one of the ladies in our group, Francesca, um, she's a sweetheart. She writes musicals, and uh, and she's working on a play on one for Broadway, and very, very talented lady. And so I said to her, I says that Ezra likes to sing. So she sits down in the empty chair next to Ezra and just starts singing to him. And he just got all doughy-eyed with her, and this big stupid grin was across his face, and his eyes were bugged out. And he was just so enamored with her. His eyes never left her face at all. And she just sat there and just sang different songs to him. And then when she got up to leave, he just sort of like laid back over the arm and just waved at her. He was so adorable, was so well behaved for a 15-month-old, very well behaved, and loved his music, and was very enamored when my friend Francesca sat down and started singing to him. And she was just such a delight to listen to, and to see her interacting with this 15-month-old was just so precious. And then I went shopping and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go get ready to go watch a show now. So we will catch you guys back here tomorrow again, sometime tomorrow. I don't know when. But go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here at some point tomorrow. And sorry, I don't know exactly what time it's going to be. So you'll either have to catch me live at some point during the day or watch the recording later on. But until then,